Hi, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My guest today is Gary Henderson, President and CEO of United Way of Denton County. Thanks for being here, Gary.
Thank you, Bob.
Please tell us, when was United Way founded and what does the organization do?
Well, here in Denton County, United Way of Denton County was formed in 1953. So we're a young, spry, 66-year-old organization. And for most of those 6.5 decades, we served north of the lake. And what's been new for us in the last year, really this summer, is we've worked with our partners in Dallas, United Way of Metropolitan Dallas, to begin to serve the southern part of Denton County, Carrollton, the Colony, Louisville, Highland Village, and Flower Mound. And that's new to us, and we're excited about being in this community.
Oh yeah, so you're growing. Yeah, you have a growth there.
Yes, sir.
All right, where is your office?
So our office is located up in Denton at Shady Oaks and Teasley. We're right next to the Texas Workforce Commission, which makes a really interesting partner for us. Centrally located to this huge county, serving from Little Elm, Carrollton to Louisville, very rural parts, Sanger, Pondra, Aubrey, very complicated communities like Louisville and Denton with a lot of need.
And a very fast growing area too.
Denton County's growing like crazy. And our nonprofit sector as a whole has really been struggling over the last few years to keep up with that growth.
I imagine it would. How many staff members do you have?
We have about 14 staff. 4 of those are part-time. We love the non-traditional nonprofit employee who's returning back to the workforce but bringing phenomenal professional expertise. We have folks on the program side that are social workers by training or health studies professionals by training, and then on the development side, we have folks that just love on knocking on businesses' doors and asking if we can come in, share needs with their employees, talk about resources that their employees or family members may need access to, and then through payroll deduction giving, invite employees to participate in the donation process.
How would one sign up to volunteer?
Boy, there are so many ways to volunteer with United Way of Denton County, and if we don't have the right fit, we love connecting folks to our network of nonprofit partners. I ran communities and schools for a few years, and mentoring an at-risk student on a Title I campus is a phenomenal experience. One of our United Way of Denton County volunteer opportunities, and you can find these on our website, unitedwaydenton.org, is to volunteer to become an income tax preparation volunteer. Through the IRS, United Way of Denton County trains volunteers to prepare just basic 1040 returns for people living in poverty. Generally it's about $50,000 and below household income, but they do it for free, always saving that low-income household a couple $100 on the tax preparation fees. But then we have some providers in the county that will take a percentage of the child tax credit, a percentage of the earned income tax credit. And that single mom with a couple of kids working just above minimum wage may spend thousands of dollars on
What would we do without volunteers? Right? I mean,
it's crazy. Financial coaches, income tax preparation volunteers, they can help in so many ways.
I have a lot of respect for people that do that.
Yeah.
With 1 in 3 Denton County students at risk of dropping out, how can United Way help them remain in school?
Well, the first thing we do is find great nonprofit partners to collaborate with. When you think about a few of our partner agencies, CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocates, right. Communities and Schools of North Texas, Friends of the Family, just to name 3, Children's Advocacy Center, we need to meet some very critical societal needs that those kiddos have, both in terms of emotional and mental health needs, as well as just basic resource needs. One of the cool things we do in parts of the county is a back-to-school resource fair. We do this in Northwest ISD and Denton ISD. Louisville ISD already has a phenomenal approach to helping children with school supplies. And on one single day, we'll serve 3,000 to 4,000 kiddos, but not just with school supplies, haircuts, eye exams, resources their families.
These are basically economically disadvantaged.
They basically are. In terms of school terms, they're on the free and reduced lunch program. To a banker, they're low to moderately low income households. To us, in layman's term, we might call them the working poor. Technically, United Way would call them ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, but employed. Those are the parents.
Let me get to this. Your website says that 29% of county residents are living paycheck to paycheck. How do you help them?
Those are our ALICE households. what we find to be true time and time again, these are adults in our community who exited the educational process prematurely. They didn't get enough education to be employed at a wage level that aligns with the true cost of living in Denton County. Right. Housing, childcare, transportation. So we'll work with someone in that situation, bring some basic need relief, financial assistance, financial coaching, certainly VITA volunteer help, VITA tax return help, but we also want to get them connected to North Central Texas College, to some occupational training resources. There's some phenomenal resources at Workforce Solutions adjacent to us in the parking lot that come through Department of Labor, through the state's Texas Workforce Commission, state agency, childcare. That organization has $30 million in childcare funding for low income. I find that most of our work is connecting people to the resources that are there, all of these siloed
Sure, because
services.
a lot of people may be in serious conditions but don't know where to go.
They don't, Bob.
They don't have enough information. So this is good. Also, about 20% of county residents are impacted by a mental health condition.
Yeah, that's a sobering number. When we did one of our first community needs assessments in 2012, I wouldn't say we were surprised, but we were very disappointed to hear that Denton County was one of the lowest funded counties and the lowest funded state in the country in terms of mental health services funding per capita. That funding comes through our state Health and Human Services Commission into our local mental health authority, which is MHMR of Denton County. They work phenomenally, 110, 120% beyond funded capacity, yet we still have children and adults that have to leave the county to find the mental health services.
Does that include veterans suffering from PTSD?
That's a great point, Bob. It does. Our veterans, and there are over 40,000, nearly 50,000 veterans living in Denton County. 9,000 of those veterans came back to us or came to us with PTSD or TBI, traumatic brain injury. We draw a lot of veterans into Denton County because of our very veteran-friendly universities, right. NCTC, right. TWU, UNT. We were pleased to work with Congressman Burgess' office in the last year in the North Texas VA, some private partners, to dramatically expand the access to veteran mental health services in Denton County. We went from 400 square feet at the community-based outpatient clinic in Denton to 4,000 square feet. So we have veterans now living in Denton County who don't have to drive to South Dallas to the VA, who serves 30,000 veterans a day.
All right, let me move on to something called community needs assessment. What is that?
Well, we don't want to take donated dollars from across the community and invest those dollars in ways that we're not certain will A, meet our most critical needs, and B, be deployed to nonprofits that have a high probability of giving us strong results. So we start with the community needs assessment data, and we don't have to do our own research. Texas Education Agency is a great example of rich data about those children you spoke of.
Let me move on very quickly to how does United Way help the homeless in Denton?
The homeless population has definitely grown in Denton County. We've done several things collaboratively, both with the City of Louisville, City of Denton, City of Colony have come on board recently. We launched a Denton County Homelessness Leadership Team with appointees like Commissioner Bobby Mitchell from Commissioner's Court, Councilman TJ Gilmore from Louisville, Mayor Chris Watts from Denton. And we started to capture data by implementing a coordinated entry process using a single database. We wanted to link together those siloed service providers, and then we began to implement innovative solutions.
All right, Gary, quickly, where does the funding come from? How are donations made?
People like you and I who are in workplaces that have an employer that generously supports payroll deduction giving. We go into those workplaces, talk about needs, share resources, and invite employees to give one paycheck at a time. And we'll do that over hundreds of employers across Denton County. We're based here, we're local here, and we'll raise between $2 and $3 million at the end of the year.
Well, I'll bet there are many people that have no idea how much United Way of Denton County does. I didn't know you did this much. This is great.
That's why I'm here with you, Bob, today.
Fantastic.
That's why we're here.
I want to remind people your website is www.unitedwaydenton.org. And Gary, I want to thank you very much for the work you do.
Thank you, Bob. It's a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.